nurturing is not on that list. Like a lot of men weren't nurtured by their fathers. They were nurtured by their mothers.
Tastemakers.
Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living.
We might be able to hit one or two of these topics and then call it a night. Let's see here. Appreciate y'all guys hanging with us. Who've been hanging with us. Make sure to hit like. Make sure to subscribe. Do all the things. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. It's the Tastemakers Pod, and we're here every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tasha just disappeared. Of course, you got Gosh right there. They call me, quote, and our special guest tonight is my fiance Monique. So you got the our love story per se.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was a little wary, but Monique, she's cool now. She's cool now. So
I made it to the cookout.
You made it to
And I'm bringing the potato salad.
Yo,
wow.
She's way cooler than you.
Josh ain't got no invitation.
What happened?
I said she's way cooler than you, quote.
Oh, I mean, well, you know.
Well, yeah,
That's that P-Town?
That's that P-Town.
Wow.
That's that P-Town.
Listen. So let's start by talking about your girl. How are we going to work this? Let's see. We got probably 2 topics left. Let's just jump to the last 2. Now, one of these, I don't really, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Brina's not here. Y'all know what that means? That means that I'm handling all things tech.
Without a bang.
And I'm doing without a bang.
I'm doing good.
I'm doing all right. But let's check out this video here.
The way that you talk to your son is the way that he will talk and communicate tomorrow. The love that you show to your son is the love that he will show to his daughter and his son. You are nurturing a voice. You are developing a soul. Every broken man is the result of a neglected little boy. You are the teacher of love. You are the educator of morals. He can only withdraw tomorrow what you deposit today. Your son is going to be someone's father. Your son is going to be someone's husband. Are you feeding him the love and information that's going to help him provide structure in his household one day? You have a future household dependent on you. You can't just talk to him anyway. You can't just treat him anyway, because your voice will become an echo. The way that you treat him will become a mirror. Make sure his foundation is a reflection that his future wife will be proud of. The way that you talk to your son.
Okay.
No, he definitely wrote that in prison.
Yeah. So the topic was, are men emotionally prepared to nurture their sons? I don't know how this topic end up being at one of the the top 2 of our docket.
Now that's a good topic.
Is it a good topic?
Yeah.
All right, y'all tell me why this is a good topic. Let's talk about it.
I'll tell you. So it's important. I think that it's an important topic because a lot of men don't know how to nurture their sons because we feel like that's the woman's job. So that's not one of our natural gifts that we have. I think men are taught to prepare their sons for the world. They're taught for them to be men. They're taught for them to be the provider. They're taught for them to know how to tie a tie, change a tire, like the things that naturally and traditionally men are supposed to know how to do. You know what I'm saying? So nurturing is not on that list. Like a lot of men weren't nurtured by their fathers. They were nurtured by their mothers. I was definitely nurtured by my mother. My dad wasn't a nurturer. And I think even now when he tries to be that, it's difficult for me to take him seriously because I'm like, what are you doing? It's hard for me to acknowledge him as that because he wasn't that until he realized he had to be or wanted to be way later on in life. So you can't teach an old dog new tricks type deal. But do we need this? I think we do.
Absolutely.
I don't think that it's feminine by any means for a man to learn how to nurture his son. I think if you grew up with that, then that's going to be normal to you. It won't be something that's like, oh, your dad's a little whatever, a little gay or a little soft because he's trying to nurture you. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a picture with Smokey Norfolk and his son that was going around the internet a few years ago, and his son was in his arms and he was laying with his son on the couch. And internet, you know, it was like, yo, is he gay? Is he this and that? Is he feminine? Boom, boom, boom. Because we're not used to seeing that as men in America. I'm not sure about other countries, but for sure in America, men aren't the people that are taught as soft and nurturing and embracing your son and kissing your son on the cheek and that kind of thing, right? Like all that involves nurturing. So now I know we're gonna play all day with this. So
Judon is hilarious.
I get it. So it's like there has to be what we call feminine traits. I think men have those, but we're not allowed to bring them out because of it's not socially what we do as men.
I think I'm still trying to figure out, like, because even I'm trying to find out what I think people expect male nurturing and female nurturing to look the same, and I just don't think they necessarily look the same.
No, it doesn't.
Right? So even but I want to further dig because I want to make sure I understand. Even Goss, as you say, when your pops tried to later on, he was like, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
What was it that you felt like he was trying? Like, what are these things that you felt like he was trying to do per se?
Gotcha.
What are that?
Yeah. So like, give me advice on how to move in rooms that I may not be used to. Now, little does you know, I've been doing this way before you thought this was like, oh yeah, I should probably teach my son this. And no disrespect to him because he's only doing what he realized he didn't do when we were growing up. So it's no slight on him. He's just trying to correct it when he found out I probably should have did this. I probably should have done more of this or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm like, Dad, I do this every day, way more than you do. I love the sentiment that you're trying to do this now, but I know what I'm doing already. I figured it out.
Just a father teaching their child things.
Yeah, like not even nurturing as far as just physically, but like nurturing as far as like, yeah, like being what we consider dads to do.
Go ahead and get in here, Tosh.
I mean, the question is, are men prepared to nurture their sons? I don't see where on a wide scale we prepare them, but there are. I don't want to paint a completely bleak picture. I think it's a mixed bag when you look out there. Different men come from different families. It's easy to feel like it's more common for a man to not be prepared to do it, but our generation specifically, millennials were vastly improved from previous generations with male involvement and nurturing of their children. Whether they're with mom or not. I was just reading some statistics the other day. We're up 40% from previous generations. So it might not be. Oh, sorry about that. So it might not be our stereotype yet, but we're definitely trending in that direction. I agree big time with what Colt said about allowing male nurturing to look different than how a woman would nurture a son or a daughter. There's different ways. So, it's kind of yes or no. It just depends on where you are. I see it out there, and I also see the need for more, but we've come a long way from where we were coming from, where it just kind of was assumed that whatever your idea of nurturing is, it was just completely resigned to, to mom. I think we live in a time now where more people are seeing that both parents give structure, both parents discipline, both parents nurture. It's good.
Okay. Monique.
Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts?
I think, again, I think the younger generations, they are more emotionally prepared. I think my generation, because I'm slightly older, no diddy, Um,
But,
I think
oh Lord.
I think the men are somewhat emotionally prepared, but I think the problem lies with giving themselves permission to be nurturing to their sons, because there's that thin line where I have to teach my son to navigate the streets or navigate the world and to not be taken advantage of, but also being able to teach them how to be in tune with their emotions and being able to communicate it. So I think that's the bigger issue, is giving themselves permission to do that and to teach that to their sons in a way that doesn't make them question or bring in sexuality. I think that's a huge issue from what I see from a woman's perspective. And I do agree. I think men and women should nurture their children differently. I am very nurturing with my kids, but it's more of a feminine way. So I wouldn't expect you to nurture the kids that way.
Shout out to Trisha in the chat. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely wanted to just find out what we were looking at regarding nurturing, what we felt like nurturing was, and as you guys talked, I started to see a little bit more. I think sometimes man,
Because your dad seems like he was nurturing.
yeah, I won the lottery when it came to parents, and so
Oh, that's wonderful.
so
Yeah.
I think sometimes I don't understand the shortcomings, right? And but the way when Goss got to talking and when Tasha got to talking about certain things, I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all are saying now, maybe. And you're right, some dudes do just straight shut off or really don't really pour into their kids on certain levels or whatever the case may be. But I've never known how to do nothing else but that, because that's what my father did to me. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to be. Now I'm a disciplinarian. I'm one of those people. Some people might fight me on this. I'm very much so know your place as a child. I'm very much so that guy, and I'm also the hey son, I love you, son, good job. Hey son, check for this. Da 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 da. Do this, what the case may be. When you enter the room, make sure that da 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 da. I'm very the coaching up. You know what I mean? I want to, you want them to be prepared and coached up and have the one ups on life, or shaping different giftings that they have. Or we talked even about the show, really speaking into your children about their strengths and their identity and who they are and things of that nature and what they're good at, and reassuring and refining that is very important. So I see what y'all are saying, maybe where there are still a lot of guys who aren't emotionally intelligent enough to nurture. I think it becomes a once you see it, you can catch it type situation. For the most part, I think that's the easiest way to do it, right? But then, of course, we live in an age where people are, people have the world at their fingertips. So people are seeing ways to do better,
They're embracing mental health now.
embracing mental health now,
Yeah. Yeah.
different things of that nature as well. So
I think there's a dangerous side to that too, as well. And I think I'm a product of that dangerous side, because my parents were definitely all for me pursuing the things that I wanted to do. And I experienced a lots of success as a kid. So now when I experience failure, I typically don't know how to act. I typically don't understand what that means. I shut down. I don't do failure well. Like, these memes, and so like me, right? I was a rapper growing up. Still am a rapper now. I still rap too, coming out this summer. Um,
I still rap too.
that's
Okay.
the name of the album. I still rap
Yeah.
too. So like, especially Christian rap, they're saying, listen, you got to kill these rooms with 10 people in them the same way you would kill a stadium with 10,000 people. And like, you're gonna start in these small rooms and whatever. Sorry, I started rapping in front of 3,000 people. Like, that's just my story. So I don't know, like, what it's looked like when I sell tickets to a show and nobody comes. I don't know what that feels like, right? So when I experience that on any level, when I go out to do something, I don't handle that well. I feel like way worse of a failure than I should, because I didn't have much failure as a kid because of what my parents told me I could do. And they encouraged me to be in the arts, and they encouraged me to be my rap career, and they encouraged all kind of stuff that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I think there's danger in that, because now as an adult, I'm not sure what to do when I fail. Like when I was, youth pastoring, and then that thing crumbled in front of my face, I was questioning everything. I was questioning my purpose. I was questioning my identity because I never knew how to deal with failure properly, because I don't think that part of life was real for me, because everything I've done, I've won at. And I was never taught or nurtured into, you're not always going to be great. You're not always going to be this. But it was always taught to me, you're great. You're awesome. If she doesn't want to talk to you, she's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If they don't accept you, you're still the best. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I was over nurtured in that part, and over, told that I was going to be somebody. And that's probably why I feel like the way I feel like now, that I am now. But I just think it's important to have a balance when it comes to that, and nurture the gifts that are in you, but don't like don't over nurture it to where the person feels like, I don't know how to operate if this doesn't work.
Nah, I hear that. My question would be, this is a true question. I don't even know. When you say, like, you did a lot of stuff as a kid that you were successful at.
Yeah.
Well, you did things as a child that you were successful at. My question would be, did you do a lot of things though, or was it more focused things that you did as a child and were really successful?
No, it was a lot.
Like you did a whole lot of things.
Yeah, it was a lot. So even in fifth grade, I ran for SCA president, won. You know what I'm saying? When I was in seventh grade, I was the lead safety patrol person. You know what I mean? When I started rapping in ninth grade, started a concert at Calvary, 3,000 people. We opening up for Cross Movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did a concert in the cafeteria. Everybody's coming, right? So I think even that was developing me, and that was showing me you don't have to be the best. As long as people think you're the best or think you're good at it, then you'll be good, right? And I think that's the part where, I live for people's applause, right? And you know what Lecrae said: if you live for people's applause, you'll die and they stop clapping. You know what I mean? So yeah, so like I just think, like I said, you got to be careful.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's funny though. Things like, it's funny like what you say like there with failure. You can't really. It's something you can't teach what's not. It's hard to teach failure when you haven't had the failure, right? So it's hard to blame. It's hard, and not the same that you are, but for your parents to, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for them to coach you up in that area when you haven't done it, right?
Yeah,
I agree. So that's hard. That's interesting.
Don't be texting me that I look like I'm dozing off. Ain't nobody asking me that.
Oh, well, that's because Goss was talking. We was gonna come to you in a second.
Quote was falling asleep last week. It's fine.
I was the truth of the matter is we are all getting old. So
not me. I'm getting
young.
young.
The older we get, the easier that could work. But yeah, no. I mean,
nah, for real. At one point, I had hit the mute button, thinking I was hitting the camera stop button so that I could really get it in behind y'all back. But I realized now I had hit the mute button, and y'all could see me the whole time. So
you're telling on yourself. You are pulling a quote. You're pulling a quote. You're telling on yourself, which is what I would do. So but no. I think all good joints. I think sometimes we got to forgive our parents too, right?
Yeah.
They only do and know what they know to do.
Experience.
Yeah, what they experience and whatnot. So, and that's why, I believe also this thing was meant to be done in twos. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that at least one parent got it right half of the time or something. You know what I mean? So it's yeah.
Unless both of them are crackheads, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah, two crackhead parents would be pretty bad. Yeah, it's a good point. Good point. So you're silly. Listen, so yeah, no. That's definitely. I think it's better. I think we're learning more. We're doing more. You come from my generation. We thought the only way you could really take care of your children as a man was just to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing. I remember thinking in my life, like, I would never not beat my kids. Like, I got beatings. Why would I beat my kids?
I felt the same way. I felt the same way.
Right.
I'm still gonna beat my kids.
I have never taken a belt to any one of my kids.
Really?
the same.
which is just I just never had to. If I look at them hard enough, or if I'm disciplining them hard enough vocally, and they break, so I ain't gotta go get a belt now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I never had to. You know, just me teaching and talking through them, and putting my expectations upon them was enough.
But I just think that just shows the power of the father's voice. Because we can say
That
the
part.
same thing, but my kid's going to be like, yeah, okay. And then I have to step it up a level where you can say it. And it's like, oh, you know, so.
And that's very true. I've seen that in many, many households where the mother could say something over and over and over and over and over again. But when the father says it,
It's done.
it's a wrap. You know
How
what I
many
mean?
kids do you have, Monique?
I have 3.
Okay. Dang, y'all about to live in the house really that you live in now?
Well, 3. One of them is grown and out the house.
Okay.
Okay. So-
Because I'm older. I'm a little bit older. You remind
You gotta
me.
move, bro.
Listen, stop saying that, sis.
Okay, I'm old. Yeah, I am older.
Quote, you gotta move to that place in Suffolk by the movie theater.
Harborview. Yeah,
Harborview.
Harborview.
That's where all the houses is at.
He
You
might
need a
be
house in Harborview. Yo, Harborview was just getting built when I was leaving. And it was like nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's old, but it's still nice.
It's still nice.
They're still
They
building.
still got parts that
yeah.
they're building up
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And so we've looked at houses over there and whatnot. You got to wait till it becomes a buyer's market again. Right now, it's a seller's market. So
Gotcha.
when things get around, it'll be good. So, yeah. So that's what it is. Good topic. Yeah. Take care of your kids. You know what I mean? Take care of your kids. Like, if anything we can't respect right now, and listen, I don't care who you are. I don't know what your situation is, but really, if you are not making intentional efforts to be in your children's life, I don't care what the situation looks like with your baby mama.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to respect you.
You're right, Charles.
They trying to get you trading your Tesla. They said you gotta get a Honda Odyssey quote.
Yeah.
You gotta get that dad van.
Gotta get the dad man with the soccer bumper sticker.
She got a big
Yeah.
Kia. So
Not the minivan though, because that's
she
not
got like
cute.
the big cool SUV looking joint.
Yeah, it's not
Nah, she good.
swagger wagon.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll do the little Tesla.
Yeah.
She do the big joint. We good. You know what I mean?
So she
That's
get to
what it
drive
is.
the Tesla sometime.
Say that again.
Oh, we back to that now?
What happened?
No.
How often she get
She
to
said
drive
I
the
gotta
Tesla?
drive the Tesla. I do not
How
want
often
to
she get to
drive
drive the
that.
Tesla?
She don't want to drive the Tesla.
How often does she
It's too much technology. I'll break it.
She don't want to drive the Tesla.
I'll break it.
She don't want that. I mean, it's just what it is.
True love.
You don't want me to drive it anyway.
I mean, I don't know. What's
You
up?
don't. You don't.
I'm not against you
I'm just
driving
be
the
honest
Tesla.
with your feelings.
I'm not against you driving the Tesla. Because the Tesla will drive itself. You just got to press a button.
No, that's low key kind of scary.
There are times when I feel like I'm the side chick to the relationship between him and the Tesla. You
Uh-oh.
just stare at it and look at it real
She makes
weird.
this joke all the time.
Tony
But
Tezzi.
no, she's by no means. By no means.
Oh, y'all heard
You'll
him?
have an odyssey talking about
How comfortable the captaincies are? Not going to be able to do it. Listen. Let's go ahead and jump into
Tastemakers.
Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make